I got the cones in. Well, I've had the cones for a while, but I didn't really want to sell them until I had the caps. So, but I'm starting to get caps in. We have the dish caps for these. I showed you on the Rockford T1 recone kit. So same cone. These are necked out for 2 3/8. So you can neck them out for 2 1/2, 2 3/4, 3 inch, 3 1/2, and 4. So depending on what size coil and also what size frame. This is a really shallow cone as well. It's meant to be used on the 4-spoke frame, which is the thinnest, most shallow standard frame. So, and that's why I like to use it, especially for like when somebody needs a shallow woofer, but they still have like 5 or 6 inches. I'm like, yeah, we can do a 10 or 12, one of my type. And still get it in there and still handle 500 or 1,000 watts on each sub. So, but that's, I also ordered these, or had these made because they don't have the notches out, which I love. You don't get as many spills of glue leaking out as long as you don't use too much glue when you clamp down. That's why I like these, but the price went up on them. I was selling them for $25, but I wish things would go back to normal, but it doesn't look like they're going back to normal. So we got to ride the wave, and but still, these are only $35 each. I think Lord of Base has a similar product or is out of one, and they sell theirs for $38 plus $8 shipping. So, but I always want to give you guys the best deal. So $35 shipped on those for Conus, and then whatever your order comes out to for priority mail if you want priority mail. So several of these can fit in the flat rate boxes, so that's always a good thing. And then we can always fit kind of like little stuff like the caps and stuff in between. I got 40 pieces of these in. I got one for Chubb's in Baltimore, and I had some airmailed because I have like a pallet of them coming in different colors and all that kind of stuff, but I wanted these ASAP so that I could have them for his build. And they're 180 millimeter, and I always rough up the back right here when gluing them, and then they just fit right in there. See? And then we have the concave ones. I think I showed you that in the T1 video. Babe, will you grab me? Or I'll grab it. I know your knees hurt. So, but see, like this is good for the that red one there is with the Diamond Audio D3 frame. And he uses a 7-inch spider, but it's a 2.5-inch coil. See, Tits McGee. Let me turn Mrs. Fiona. Heroin chic. Here's the ribbed for her pleasure. So it's a lot of ribs. Mostly I wanted to get them to check for depth, and then what I do is I basically catalog them so that I know, okay, the 8-inch comes in this neck naturally, you know, from the factory, and then if I cut it out for 3-inch, then I can measure it and know the height and all that stuff. So that's what I like to get samples for. So that was 8, this is 10, so 12, 15, and then 18. And the other thing that I get to check is the diameter here so that we can put caps in there. I like the full dish dust caps. Was that? Well, I mean, JL was probably the first one to do it, to give that look, right? But they extended the surround out to even cover the bolt holes, which, you know, makes it look magical. And, you know, and that's why you got to charge $1,600 plus tax for a 13W7. But RE, Scott and Mark, they did the dish cap, polycap, for the RE Audio subs. And to me, they're the ones that really innovated that. And the tooling on those are open, so, and we order them blank. I do have some in stock. So if you guys, you know, are looking for stuff from Lord of Base and Lord of Base is out, you know, hit me up. So this is the 15-inch cap. This is the carbon fiber. It's well, glass fiber. It's meant to look like carbon fiber because it's gray. It's fiberglass, and then it's paper backed. which I like for the for bonding purposes, because you can use my Devil's Jizz epoxy. So, and then here's the poly one, same as RE, but without their logo on it. So, you can get cut vinyl from Jerry, or if you want to do your own pad printing, you can do your own pad printing. And then this is the one for the 18. So, and then I have the 12 and the 10 as well, and I usually stock those. And then again, I'm just going to be the same price as Lord of Base, except for, when he's out, then I'll have some. But typically, I don't, I'm not really a fan of selling parts, mostly because when I was selling them, people needed a lot of hand holding. And I don't mind making videos, and I don't mind showing you, but you gotta understand what's going on in the video. So, and there's I'm sorry I forgot your name. There was one guy that was he was showing me some troubleshooting skills about how he was able to fix a L7, and that's a very difficult fix because you have to do surgery. Look at some old Bear Vids video where he's pulling apart Type R's and he's putting them back together. I'm like, wow, that's amazing, but it takes a lot of time, and I don't have that kind of time. But if you do, and you really want to study, that's a great project for you, okay? So, and then if you just need a replacement spider, I can help you with that and show you how to do that, especially with the JL stuff. Some parts I have, some parts I don't. And I don't really like to support the JL. I like to support the JL conversions, like this. So, this one has the 5-inch hole pattern, and I'll put it on a really beefy motor, probably just the Vato Extreme, the triple stack 2.5 inch, because I think that's only an 8.5 inch spider, so that's plenty for a 2 inch. It's actually plenty for a 3 inch, but whatever somebody wants, that's what I'm going to make you, for the most part. So some people, it's sorry, no. I think that was it. Oh. I requested from AudioPipe, this is their TXX BDC 4-15. It's also a quad stack, which is nice, but it uses a 3.5 inch coil. And long time ago, you used to be able to get the Nip in America catalog and then order parts from it. But I don't think they really do that anymore. Also, it's post-COVID, so they might be understaffed. But they're out of, I think it was Doral, Florida. There's a cigarette named after your town, so gross. But, or is it Doral? I don't know. Is it Doral or Doral? But I send an email out to them. I'll become a dealer or whatever they want, do the magic steps that they want. So I can buy the coils. Because I contacted them 6 months ago, and they said they were going to import them. But I don't know if they're going to import full drop-in assemblies or just coils. So typically China doesn't like to fuck around with recon kits. So what's funny is that because of the price is so close to just getting a full driver anyway. So it's I think it's say $10 more, or even 10% or 20% of what the recon kit costs. With all the labor and everything like that, you might as well just get a woofer. So that's really why. That's one of the reasons, I should say, why most companies don't do recon kits. And it's also a luxury. So and also China's been playing favorites where, the biggest order wins. So if your order isn't big enough, and I completely understand this because I'm in the same boat. When I get people that need a lot of hand holding, or want very specific parts, I just kind of bow out, because it's a lot of legwork that I have to do, and I'm already behind on fucking orders and motors and all kinds of shit. So sorry, I just the lion's share is called the lion's share for a reason. And so that's why, one of the reasons why after I got all this concept stuff, I focused on the lion's share, which is the custom subwoofers, because that's the most margin, it's the most profitable. And I knew that I was in deep shit with my rent, and so I'd have to make up a huge shortfall. And luckily I've been able to make it every month, and I thank God for you guys And thank God for me doing these fucking videos, because it's really helped out a lot. I'm not out of the woods yet. So I still got, we got another forklift, thanks to Curtis. Did some trades on that one. So I got to try out the battery. I tried to charge it up over the weekend. Ricardo finished the shed so I can put speaker parts in it and keep them dry. So, but he ended up going nuke